Now, the Parliamentary Joint Select Committee on IEBC reforms is due to meet with the leadership of both houses of Parliament today to discuss details of its report. The committee is scheduled to table its report in the House tomorrow to pave way for debate on how to select the new set of commissioners. Let's now join our senior political reporter, Chris Thairu, for more details on this agenda for the committee. Many thanks for joining us, Chris Thairu. Good afternoon. And what exactly is expected to take center stage as this joint committee meets the leadership of both houses?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Akisa, and I am coming to you live from Windsor Hotel, where the 14-member Joint Select Committee have been meeting here for the last 1 week, trying to prepare their report that is expected to be tabled before the floor of the House come tomorrow afternoon. There was information that this 14-member team will be meeting with the leadership of Parliament and in plans of seeking to extend the mandate and the timelines of this committee by 1 year, so that they can at least follow up and also make sure that the timelines that they've set in terms of the electoral reforms and the laws they are followed to the letter before the 2017 general elections. But Akisa, this meeting has been ongoing. They've still been in closed door meetings since morning. I've not had an opportunity to at least talk to any one of them. They remain tight-lipped. But what we know is that after they prepare their report and they finalize everything, they will be expected to present it before the principals. That's President Uhuru Kenyatta representing the Jubilee side of the coalition, and of course the former Prime Minister, that is Raila Odinga, who is also one of the core principals in the opposition. They will be briefed faster so that at least they can agree with the recommendations that the committee has come up with. Regarding the meeting, it is as things stand for now, I'm yet to confirm whether that meeting will take place. Remember, they had agreed that that meeting might have taken place in the morning, but since they are still trying to sort out the final details of the report, it might not take place today. By last night, one of the only outstanding issue that was there is the number of commissioners. Remember, Jubilee was proposing that at least we retain the 9 commissioners. That's the number. But CORD was of the idea that it should be reduced by 2 so that we have 7 commissioners representing the electoral body. Can't right now confirm whether that has been agreed upon, but what we know is that they are still meeting and they remain tight-lipped. But of course, when they break, we'll be getting in touch with either of the co-chairs, that is Senators Kiretu Murungi or James Orengo, just to give us a brief on what they've agreed upon. But remember, the 30-day ultimatum that they had given themselves lapsed on Friday, and so over the weekend they've been busy trying to finalize the report, which they expected to be tabled before Parliament. And Akisa, the essence of faster briefing the principals is to avoid any situation where when this report gets to the floor of the House, it will be opposed by some members. The idea has been that if the principals agree to the recommendations that have been set by this committee, then the members of both houses, that's the Senate and the National Assembly, will just be rubber stamping the recommendations and approve them. Of course, we expect a myriad of proposals going by what we've seen in terms of amendments to the law and to the IEBC Act. And of course, if at all there will be any amendments to the Constitution, we'll wait and see which will be these amendments that the committee will have proposed. Akisa?
Chris, of course, you'd mentioned that this particular committee is expected or wants to expand and extend their mandate. What exactly do they want to do? What roles do they want to take part in the next, say, 1 year? And how is this expected to affect this process of picking a new set of IEBC commissioners, Chris?
Of course, Akisa, you know that we are less than a year to the next general elections. And of course, there are timelines that are expected to be followed. We have the IEBC on one hand, which already has their timelines. And of course, on the other hand, we have these committee now coming up with the recommendations. And of course, we'll be expecting that they will have their timelines. The mandate that this committee wants is to supervise and ensure that there is a smooth transition, and also ensure that the timelines that they set are followed to the letter. Remember, if at all it's amendments to the electoral body, that's the IBC Act or the Constitution, of course there are timelines that are set on how these things should be followed. First, if at all there are any amendments, must go through the Parliament Committee, that's the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. Of course, before that, it will go to the AG. Before that, of course, there will be a process where the public will have at least time to go through the recommendations. And so their mandate, what they're seeking is to have a body that will ensure that these timelines are followed to the letter, and that come 2017, everything will be in place. And remember, they are all in agreement that there is no need of pushing the elections date. And as it stands, the elections date for the 2017 will be in August the 8th. And that has not changed up to now. And so what they're saying is that they would like at least a committee or a body that will ensure these timelines are followed, and in case there are any hitches, then this committee will come up and of course bring a bipartisan approach, as they have taken, regardless of the political party or political affiliation they support, just to ensure that come the next general elections, everything is set. But Akisa, of course, we can't forget about the package of the IEBC commissioners. Remember, they had already agreed that they are ready to leave office, but in an honorable manner. And so these committees also in the process of maybe preparing the package, but before that they will also have to consult the Public Service Commission just to ensure that they're in tandem with the packages and they're agreeable. Akisa.
All right. Thank you very much for that update, Chris. Of course, as you keep your ears on the ground, we'll definitely be joining you later on for more updates on the goings-on at the Windsor. Chris Thairu is our political reporter joining us at the Windsor, from the Windsor Hotel, where the Joint Select Committee on IEBC is meeting the leadership of both houses.